Hi there, I'm Aidon, and I will be playing Gabriel Monroe, the Finblood, and we both use he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Aubrey, and I'll be playing Alannah Roth, also the Finblood, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Hello, I'm Solomon, and I will be playing Alexander Gladstone, the Finblood. We both use he, him pronouns.
Hi there, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Ivy Reed, the Finblood. We both use she, her.
Hello, I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be playing the Lady, the Zemitzi, and we both use she, her.
And I'm Legacy. I will be your storyteller for the evening. Where we last left off, our chucklefucks had a semi-normal awakening. You all managed to go and have a little bit of personal time. Some of you deciding to work on some magic. Some of you taking a moment to try to feed. Some of you going to attempt to see a movie. And one of you getting called in for a job where you were asked to deliver packages. But these weren't any bog standard packages. No, these were packages that were being delivered to your friends that included invitations in formal wear to join the company of somebody who referred to themselves as the Lady. You all get dressed up and get gifts for this person that you had no clue who she was, what she wanted with you, and you all make your way over to this beautiful building. You're greeted by some unsavory sights, or savory if that's what you're into. People donning masks, going into rooms where you can hear sounds of euphoria behind closed doors. Make your way up to the 14th floor of this building to be greeted by a beautiful, tall woman with blonde hair and green eyes who introduces you as somebody from the Sabbat. In more detail, she refers to herself as an archbishop. Some talking begins, and Alannah, through a string of rolls, finds herself in a predicament where she wants to have control. And control of what? Well, we have yet to truly figure that out. We're going to pick up where we last left off. The tensions being high, and just as somebody's about to snap or speak, the door opens and a young woman walks in, and her face is riddled with scars. Lines on her lips, bruising. And she has these long bangs that kind of drape over her face. And she just makes her way to the Lady and to the woman who has been present this entire time, just watching this all kind of unfold. She just whispers towards that woman. Another whisper happens towards her, and she looks at the Lady, almost asking permission to stay.
She gets a very subtle nod.
Perfect. And so this young woman stands at the Lady's side like she is a guard dog almost, or somebody just waiting a command. And she pushes her hair back, and you all see a third eye on top of her forehead. And she doesn't seem to be hiding it. She doesn't seem to expect a reaction. She just simply stands there with a sword at her side.
Well, seems you all have booked even more attention than I expected. Or you have. And she'll look at Alannah. Now, seems we might have something we have to get under control, yes? And she's going to look at the others. How experienced are you? Do you understand what's happening to your friend?
The beast. It's making her this way, isn't it?
No, dear. She is this way. She's just been bottling it up for too long. Alannah?
Yeah.
I have some options, but I need to ask you a question first.
What?
How often did your emotions run to this extreme before you were elevated to your current form?
I don't know. Sometimes.
I think sometimes you got heated, but like this? Where you look like you're trying to break a table that's easily 5 times older than you?
No, to that extent.
This is what happens when you bottle it up and don't learn to live with it. This is what happens when the Camarilla way of dealing with things is what you prioritize. Whether you like it or not, you're not human anymore. You have to come to terms with it, or it's going to rule you.
Alannah, as she's saying this, your beast whispers inside, and you hear it echoing in your head. This child. She does not know what she's talking about. Do not submit to her, to the Sabbat. You know better. You can easily take over whatever it is that you want. Don't let her win. You dominate over her. Put her in her place.
And Alannah is like looking away, looking down at the table. Just in the end, it's just trying to, if she were alive, it would probably be trying to just breathe properly and get anger under control. And
Stop fighting it. You don't want to. I can see it on your face. You want to let go. Do it. Here. And the lady will stand up, and she'll go over to the wall and reach up and take down what looks like a pretty intricately and finely, maybe handmade, like riding crop. And she'll bring it to Alannah and set it in front of her. You want control? I'll give you control.
Alannah will reach out.
Show me how powerful you are.
And take the flogger, feeling the leather and the craftsmanship of it, and there is, I think there's a moment where it looks like she's gonna resist again, but I think willpower is run a little dry at this point.
The lady will kind of glance at the others. Do nothing. She'll be fine.
And we'll slowly stand up, holding the flogger.
Riding crop.
Riding crop. Okay. Riding crop. And do what the beast is telling me to do.
All right. So
Do I need to roll anything for that?
The lady's not going to try and stop her, so
Yeah, I'm not. You know what?
like she's standing there offering herself up as a target, and both of her security people have gotten very firm looks not to get involved.
Usually, I would say yes to see how much of your beast you can let out. But I'm not gonna make you do it this time. This
Thank you. I
time.
only have one dice.
Well, this would be dexterity.
Yeah, it's my
yes.
weapon.
You'd have two.
I have 2 dice.
But you allow yourself to let go. And your beast almost gives you this strength that you didn't think that you would ever be able to have. You go, and it is a quick 1-2 in the riding crop just like whips her skin, and the lady, you can feel it. There's actually a little bit of a sting. Whether or not that is bothersome to you is up for you to decide.
Doesn't seem bothersome.
Yeah. But Alannah, it feels powerful. You allowing yourself this chance to just give in. Something that your sire has taught you that you should never do. You should never let your beast win. And it is a feeling of relaxation and just release that you haven't felt, well, since probably before your embrace. You feel it's almost like a breath of air. This frustration, this need to have control is finally in the palm of your hands. You can get rid of your dominance compulsion. As you just let your beast do what it does, and it goes from 2 to 4 to 6, and then soon you are on your 10th whack. And then you come to your senses and you realize, okay, maybe before I start ticking off the bodyguards, it might be best for me to step back.
Yeah.
But you get 10 really good flicks in. The lady, I am going to have you take 1 superficial from it.
That's fine. At the end of it, the lady sort of lifts her thumb and sort of like traces it along a raised like line on her cheek. Probably the only one that caught her in the face. That's the superficial one. And then she just sort of smiles a little bit. Feel better.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Sometimes we need that.
I will gingerly put the crop down on the table and take a step back from it.
The lady will reach out and like take her hand and pull her closer to the table more than herself. You are not to be ashamed of what you are. You only need to learn to accept and control it. Stop bottling it up or it will explode again.
Okay. Okay.
You are powerful and intelligent and beautiful, and you have nothing to be ashamed of.
Alannah just sort of still kind of feeling a little in shock from what she's realized she's done, and sort of the warring feelings of, oh, that felt good, and the everything that her sire had always told her and drilled into her, like going through a bit of a crisis, a slight mental breakdown, very minor. Will be fine in a few minutes, just needs to sort everything out.
And the lady will lean over and very gingerly kiss her on the cheek. Thank you. It's been a long time since I've let someone else do that.
You're welcome.
She'll smile and just sort of pat her hand and then go to put the riding crop back.
We'll sit back down at the table and just sort of put my hands on the table. Maybe the rest of the coterie can tell hands are shaking just slightly.
What's everybody else at the table doing as Alannah allows herself to let go?
Ivy's just sitting there watching, like intently, like waiting for something to go wrong. But she's just watching.
Alexander's doing much the same, though whenever the crop impacts the lady, there's something that just can't stop him from smirking a little.
Gabriel is watching intensely and kind of readying to intervene if needed, but he's also still kind of with his knife and fork, just kind of cutting into the heart and taking a bite every now and then.
Dinner and a show.
I see that Gabriel's really living the fine dining experience right now.
Oh yeah.
All right. After that display, your companion stands back at your side and keeps her hands tied behind her back. And then your friend with the third eye on top of her head stands at your other side. Both of them are staring very, very intently at the group. And it seems as though the one with the third eye on top of her forehead is staring directly at Alannah.
I'll pat her head now. She's fine. Gotten it out of her system. Let her recover. She's not the first young one we've had to walk through the process.
Very well. Very well.
Now, where were we? More questions?
I don't think I had any more questions.
I heard you mention the pantry earlier.
Noticed that, did you?
Yeah. I wasn't aware that anyone knew where it still was.
Smiles a little bit. The tower's not as good at keeping secrets as they think it is. As they think they are.
Alannah, roll me a
I was wondering, have you spoken with the other factions in the city yet?
No. They stay out of my territory, and I have thus far stayed out of theirs.
So you don't have any plans on expansion, then?
No, I never said that.
Diplomatic discussion doesn't tend to go terribly well with expansionists. So why bother talking to them if you're planning to take them over?
Here's something you need to understand, especially about the Camarilla. There is no diplomacy with them. They are slaves to the antediluvian. They will give them whatever they want, even if it means feeding them everyone. And ending all of us in the process. So no. I don't plan to have diplomatic discussions. They'll be told exactly what will happen if they don't listen. And if they continue to fail to listen, and she'll shrug a little bit, they'll reap the consequences.
Same with the Anarchs.
Perhaps. The Anarchs are really just Camarilla light. They put on some tough facade that they're something special, but they're not. They follow all the same rules. The only thing they don't do is dress up. And they're just as in denial about what they are as the Camarilla are. That's the big difference between the factions, really. We're all monsters. One of us is just honest about it.
I have a personal question, ma'am.
Of course.
You say that we should be working to consider ourselves other, different, higher.
Not to consider yourself, to accept that you are.
Right. How easy was it for you to do so after you were changed?
You want to know the story of what made me what I am? Who I am?
For reference.
I will tell you this story. In exchange, I would like you to visit. Come to Mass. Or come by for a private tutoring session, all of you. Let me teach you about the faith, about the realities of what you are, and what's coming for all of us. No forced joining. You will have the option to walk away at the end should you feel that it is the best option for you. But I can't teach you everything in one sitting around this table. It will take time. And I'll need the opportunity to put together a proper discourse. That's a better way of putting it.
Done.
She'll look at the others.
I would be pleased to attend. Yes.
Sure.
Well, if everybody else is going to, I don't have much choice.
You always have a choice, Miss Reed. I've already told you you and your friends have nothing to fear from me until you become my enemies. Right now, you are just people I am meeting.
I don't think you understand. It's not because of you that I don't have a choice. It's because of them.
If it or not, I think I understand that more than you could ever imagine. I was embraced by a member of the Tzimisce who was unaffiliated, independent, had nothing to do with any of the factions. This was long before the Anarchs were the Anarchs, really. Back when the Anarchs and the Sabbat were all but the same thing, born of the same movement. And I lived my unlife free of constraint to any faction for a long time. Until I met someone special, a mortal, that I thought showed promise and would make a fine addition to my bloodline, my sire's bloodline. A bloodline that can be traced back to Nikita and even further. And so I embraced him. And for a few years, everything was fine. And then the Camarilla moved into the area and found out. Well, they'd always been around, but they took a more firm hold. And their prince decided that I had broken one of their precious little laws. And they killed him. Because I didn't ask permission of a faction I didn't belong to. Didn't follow laws I had never sworn an oath to uphold. And they killed him in front of me. Threatened me with a blood bond. And I ran. I was outnumbered, and most of them were older than I was. And that's when the Sabbat found me. And I was told that if I could prove myself, if I could survive, they could ensure that I always had allies to stand against the true tyrants. And while not every endeavor we've ever made has been successful, they've kept their word. My pack is unfailingly loyal to each other. As we should be. We survived the fall. She'll gesture kind of vaguely around her as if to gesture more at the city than her immediate surroundings. Survived the climb to power and status. Now here we are. When exactly I realized I wasn't human, fully accepted it, shakes her head, it's been a very long time. But I would guess it was likely relatively early on. Before the Sabbat found me, for sure. Though I think I most fully came to embrace the thought after joining their ranks, becoming true Sabbat.
I see. Thank you for sharing.
Of course. At the end of the night, Mr. Gladstone, we are all monsters. Even those of you who haven't done anything abhorrent yet. One day you will. This is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. The sooner you accept that that is a part of yourself and that you need to learn to be at peace with the half of you that can drive those instincts, the sooner you will find you are less likely to have outbursts. She'll kind of glance at Alannah. Because you and your beast will... She'll kind of tilt her head a little bit like she's looking for the right words. Complement each other better. You'll find ways to live in harmony with yourself that you don't have right now.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Nod a little bit. How's the hot doctor?
It's quite delicious, actually.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you again.
Of
While
course.
I have your ear, perhaps do you know of a fellow that goes by the name Victor Codwell, by any chance?
Storyteller?
I'm gonna have you roll me a. We'll go wits. Yeah, just a straight wits roll.
Not like wits politics or anything? Just wits?
Nope, just straight wits.
Okay.
While we were rolling dice, what did you want me to roll a minute ago?
I want you to roll me a wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness.
Where on here? Oh, right. Okay. If I click rouse, is it going to work even though I'm not? I want to rouse the blood to augment my wits roll.
You roll.
Sorry, I don't know this sheet very well.
No, it's okay. So what you're going to do? But you roll rouse after you make the check, because as you're thinking about it, that is when your blood rouses. So roll it with the amount that you gain from your blood potency.
Oh goodness!
And
I
then
don't remember what that is.
It's
a lot, though.
What's your blood potency? I can tell you.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Dang it.
Nice try. It has been a hot minute since I made this sheet. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me a minute.
How dare you?
The audacity of not knowing every single intricate thing about your sheet.
How dare. That's one success for me on wits awareness.
Okay. Anyway, the lady.
Yeah.
Yep. Working on it hard. Sorry, hold on.
No, you're fine. Let me see what you have blood potency, and I will pull up that number for you.
I think I know what it is. I found it.
I did get a 1 on one of the hunger dice. Does it count for a bestial failure, even though I got one success? Cool.
My general rule of thumb is it's not a bestial failure unless all of the dice are a failure, and you have that 1 on your hunger. I'm a bit nicer than.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just got rid of one compulsion. I don't want another.
Yeah. No, unless it's no, you're good. You're good. You got a success. That's enough. That's good enough for me.
Leave compulsion stacking to Gabriel.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, at least it's not stacking.
Maybe? I looked at the wiki because I can't find the doc that you sent me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't
you're
think
fine.
I'd need this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Do you know him? Tell me.
No. Okay. No. Let me take a look at this.
Oh,
4.
4. Okay.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Jesus.
That's what I thought.
Cool.
Fucking antediluvian over here.
No.
How do I add extra dice? Do I hit the button? No, that's a secondary attribute. It doesn't let me
No,
just add extra.
So you click on your wits,
Uh-huh.
click submit.
Yeah. And I've got
And-
modifiers, and I
Yep,
add the
and then you-
modifiers there.
Yep, and you add the 4, and then you hit submit again.
Got it. Okay, I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Really? Oh no, wait, that's not me. Why didn't it go through?
It did. You got 2 successes.
Must be
Okay.
sent to
um,
only
Probably
show.
sent to GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to click that to never. If you want to reroll, I will allow you 1 reroll.
Sure. Let's do that. Reroll like willpower, or just reroll all together because I
I'll
can't
let
see
you-
it.
I'll let you reroll it all together because
That's
There you
also
go.
better.
And who is she trying to remember again?
Victor Codwell. The alias of my my sire.
Yeah. The name rings a bell. You know that that person is a member of the Hecata. You're not entirely sure what bloodline he's a part of. But you have enough of a repertoire with the Hecata to know that at some point in the recent past, he up and left the city with not even a word to anybody. All you know is that he said that he needed to repent, and that was a month prior to his disappearance. But that's the last you've heard.
And I'll look over at Gabriel. I know of him. No, he's not around anymore. Why do you ask?
When you say not around, do you mean that he's
I mean, he
Dead.
left. I don't know if he suffered the final death or not.
I see. He is my sire.
I see. Feeling a bit abandoned, are we?
Mm. Something along those lines, perhaps.
She'll nod a little bit. I don't know why he left. Can't imagine that it was you.
That is a question I would very much like being answered.
I can put the question out there, see if anyone I network with knows where he is.
Yes. Oh, that would be fantastic if you would. I would be in your debt, of course.
She'll smile a little bit. I will ask around. She'll kind of glance at the woman in the red dress.
She'll nod. And she is going to step to the side, take out a cell phone before bowing, and very quietly stepping out, presumably to start making some phone calls.
Thank
Yes,
you.
of course.
Lady.
Of course, dear. You've been an excellent guest. Miss Roth,
Yes.
you mentioned the Chantry.
Yeah.
Your sire is Tremere.
Yeah, he is. He hasn't said anything about knowing where it is, so I wasn't sure if he knew where it was.
Even if he did, do you really think he'd tell you?
I would hope it eventually.
And how much has he told you so far?
I mean, he's taught me quite a bit. I can do a little bit of blood magic. I'm working on it. I haven't been studying it for very long.
And he's around to give you the lessons you need.
Not currently. He's been out of town for a little bit,
How long
getting
is a
some
little
things
bit?
done. A month or two.
Since October.
I wasn't gonna say that out loud.
Just thought you forgot, sorry.
No, I did not forget.
A month or two. With a
Make me a
new-
manipulation and subterfuge check, Alannah.
Oh boy.
And the lady can make me a wits and insight.
Okay.
You have the power bonus to your wits, because you keep that for a full scene.
Yep, gotcha. Okay.
Oh god.
One success.
Messy critical.
Oh no.
Oh, right. I have to do this real quick because I forgot earlier. I'm hungry.
Just don't get harm.
Or do. My cause might be for. Do me a favor, and I want you to. Actually, I can just do this for you. I'm going to roll you a compulsion.
Oh, I don't get to roll it? Okay.
Oh, I mean, if you want, you can. You're going to drag your token out to the screen, click on it, and then 3 buttons are going to pop up, and you're going to click the compulsion button.
Okay. Compulsion. Harm.
God damn it.
Called it.
Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. All right, Mama. So here's what happens. You and I are gonna have a little chat.
Oh boy.
Miss the lady. You have shown nothing but the utmost hospitality. Something that is quite famous within your clan.
Mm-hmm.
Offered these little thin bloods your place of business, the finest clothes that they've ever seen in their lives. Blood from many a prestige clientele. You've offered them advice. You've offered to guide them, to be a mentor almost. And they don't seem appreciative at all. If anything, one of them is actively lying to you about something so important, like where their sire is and why he isn't stepping up. And this angers you. That voice in the back of your head. They don't even know the half of it. They don't know what we are capable of. Isn't that right, darling? Why don't we show them what a member of the true Sabbat is capable of? Let's put them in the place. Let's show them what it means to have full control. It's only right. They want to gallivant and play the good guys. We're monsters. You've said it once, twice, a trillion times, and it just doesn't seem to click. We could cause a little bit of ruckus, have a little bit of fun. And the voice goes away.
Okay. I have a question
Yes.
for you and for Alannah's player.
Uh-huh.
In my time having people keep tabs, what item has Alannah shown to have to value highly? Preferably something that's in the room right now, but
Does Alannah have her wedding band on her?
I'm not sure. I never specifically said she left it anywhere, but I don't know if she would have brought it with her to.
didn't she get like a necklace or something from her sire at one point?
Yes, she did.
You wearing it?
Yes, she is.
I mostly ask because a wedding ring is likely to just break her finger. Forcing that off of her.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fuck me up.
The lady will stand, and her face is almost too calm. And it's in that moment that you realize that, I mean, she's gorgeous. She's probably one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. But it's in that moment where there's no emotion and no reaction that you realize that it's almost uncanny. It's almost too perfect. And she takes a couple of steps around the table towards Alannah, and lightning quick, her hand reaches out, grabs the necklace, and just like yanks on it so that the chain snaps, and then turns it, hurls it at the wall so that the pendant breaks. Do not lie to me in my own home. Your sire made you and then left you. He's had you running errands for him like an errant schoolgirl. He cannot be bothered to show up and do his job. And you have the nerve, after all of the hospitality I have shown you and your friends, after tolerating your disrespect and showing you how to let your beast out in a healthy manner. You have the nerve to lie to my face.
And there's Alannah will. I just but hands are up slightly as she recoils in fear. Very, very obvious. I mean, it's been since Halloween.
Compulsion's gone.
Good. Better. She'll move back and sit down again. Your sire's job, as your sire, is to teach you and to look after you.
While all that happened, Ivy just looks over at Alexander, trying to gauge his response.
The moment that the pendant ripped, he clenched his fists, but at the moment that the lady started talking afterward, he just slowly relaxed. But he's still kind of like staring at the lady as opposed to looking at Alannah.
Josiah's not interested in teaching you, Alannah. He's interested in keeping you ignorant and under control. In the event you should decide that you're tired of being helpless and tired of being left in the dark, as so many young Tremere among the Camarilla are, let me know. I have someone who would likely be very interested in enlightening you to things that your sire doesn't even know. And if he thinks you're worthy, he might even be inclined to take you to the chantry.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
And she will pour herself a glass from that second bottle of blood that she told them not to touch, and then sit back and take a sip.
As she opens that bottle, you are all instantly hit with the smell of something unreal. The smell itself could intoxicate even the most potent of kindred or Canaanites. It's sweet. It's warm. You can almost smell hints of elderberry, maybe a little hint of mint. Maybe candy. There's various smells that come out of that bottle, but she, as she downs it, the smell quickly dissipates. Like the blood itself is magic, and once that blood is gone, the magic's gone. You can almost feel the joy radiate off of the bottle, radiate off of the cup that she drinks it from. It is the best smelling thing you have been around to this date.
I have a question, Storyteller.
I have a possible answer, player.
Since I have Bloodhound, can I do a bit of a fun little roll to try and get some information on this blood?
Yeah, so I'll have you make me the Bloodhound roll first.
All right.
And if it passes, I'm going to have you make me an occult roll.
Oh, good. I'm real good at those.
Can I make the same roll? I also have bloodhounds.
Go ahead.
That's 2 successes on the bloodhound roll.
Okay.
What is the bloodhound roll?
Resolve awareness. One.
Okay.
At least it's not a messy crit. Okay.
Fair. Neither one of you are quite able to pinpoint what this smell is. All you know is it is very delicious. What hunger are you guys at, actually?
I'm at hunger 3.
Hunger
Okay.
2.
Hunger 1.
Alex?
I am at hunger 2.
Okay. Okay. Ivy,
Yeah.
I want you to do me a favor. And I want you to roll me 3d10.
Okay. Sure. Um, 8, 8, 6. That'd be 3
Perfect.
successes.
Awesome. All right. Then you are able to kind of maintain yourself as you begin to focus in on this smell. That little thing that's rattling inside you wants it, but you are able to kind of hold that down. You needed at least 2 successes in order to kind of like bunker down whatever feeling that is. So, congratulations. You're not going to try to climb over a table. But it smells good. You just don't know quite what it is.
Is 2 successes enough to tell whether it seems like it's human?
It's definitely not human.
Okay.
I'll give you both that. Even with the 1 success, you can tell that this isn't human.
Well, that explains why you told us to not drink from that one.
It is a potent thing.
What, may I ask, is that from?
Part of my agreement with those who provide me with this is that I don't go talking about them. So I apologize. This is one bit of knowledge I have to keep to myself.
Of course.
I think that's
Though I do assure you, it was not taken by force. It was offered. Ivy, if you said something, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It was more Ivy talking to herself, by which I mean it was me talking to myself.
Well, I must say, lady, that has been, on the most part, quite nice. And if you learn anything of my sire, you can
I will, of course,
contact me.
let you know.
And he'll kind of slide over his card towards her. Not getting too close, kind of like it looks like he's almost like a little bit unsure if it would be polite or not, and kind of just stop midway and just leave it there.
He will reach over and take it. Of course, Doctor. I notice all of you poured yourself drinks, but not the only one who's actually partaken is the Doctor.
No, Ivy did too.
Yeah, I think they all did. Ivy just
Yeah,
had to
Alexander.
rouse her blood and then instantly.
And then got hungrier again.
And Alexander did, but he
I
only drank
apologize.
one.
I also got hungrier when I got my compulsion the last session.
Yep. Alexander drank his,
Egg.
but only one worth, so it doesn't count for shit.
Let's retcon that then. It's been 2 weeks. I didn't remember who
all
who
good.
got hungry and when. I just looked at the hunger numbers and went, that seems high.
Look,
It does.
Gabriel, this is the best meal Gabriel's probably ever had. He's very close to just holding out his plate and saying, "Please, ma'am, more."
You,
I don't hope you don't mind me asking, but is this your home, or is it something you've hired out, perhaps?
This is my business.
It would be rather foolish of her to show us her home.
But it is mine.
And what is your business? Kind of looks around the room a little nervously.
She smiles a little bit. Well,
Ivy just sighs.
Oh, you
I
sweet summer
am-
child.
I am an
Hearing
owner.
sex noises in the back.
You find yourselves in a place called the Ladies' Lounge. I am the owner of the establishment. We are a professional BDSM club. I employ the best of the best in professional dominance. And even provide the service myself if someone can afford me.
So people pay you to hurt them?
Sometimes. That's not my particular specialty, personally. I specialize in verbal degradation. Be amazed how many powerful men and women will pay very good money to be insulted.
I don't think I would be.
Yeah.
Gabriel just looks confused.
My calendar is often booked out for a year or more at a time. But my personal calendar. I have those who work under me who have more ready openings.
You seem to be doing quite well for yourself. I think I saw someone famous out there when we first arrived.
Did you? She looks not mad at you, but a little perturbed at hearing that you recognize somebody.
Your
Well,
guards took care of it rather quickly.
I would ask that all of you not speak of that outside of this room.
I don't even know who they saw.
As I said earlier, my clientele expect a level of secrecy, and even if it was their fault, I would prefer to stick to it. Sure you understand.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
Yes, Doctor, to answer your unasked question, a good number of my clients are famous and wealthy.
Well, if you ever need a doctor, please do call.
Some people are into that.
Oh no! I meant if someone were to get hurt in.
Yeah. I was just making a joke.
If someone actually gets hurt,
Ah,
well, most people aren't doing their job quite terribly well now, are they?
Yeah.
Indeed. However, I do appreciate the offer, Doctor. I will keep it in mind should I need it. Now, I have a question for all of you. Well, I have an offer for all of you.
Okay. What is your offer?
A 3-person team was sent into an abandoned black site in my domain. They did not come back. Unfortunately, with them not coming back, their weapons were lost, and I can't afford to spare any of my immediate circle to go and retrieve them. I would be willing to pay, or to offer a service if you can think of one that you would like. And she kind of smiles. If you would go and retrieve them for me, so that they can be repurposed.
What would you offer in terms of more liquid payment instead of a service? I can't imagine
Liquid.
there was an insignificant reason they were sent out there.
Primarily, it was to investigate, see what could be scrounged up for future use. But I don't know if you all have heard, there's a large number of our kind going missing lately. So this time, instead of sending 3, I would happily send 5.
Who's the 5th?
Sorry, 4.
There are 5. There are 4 of us. Yeah.
You're the 5th one, the invisible guy. The one right behind you.
Listen, I looked at the screen and there were 5 images. I didn't think about the fact that one of them was mine. That was my fault.
excuse me,
Fine.
she was talking about cadaver, okay?
Okay.
Fair.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that. Well, Alannah is going to look over at Alexander and ID, just sort of like gauging, because Alannah doesn't fight. You're the two that she knows are better at fighting, and sort of gauging what you think about this, as if this is a good idea.
Ivy mostly just looks bored. She doesn't seem terribly interested in the offer.
Alexander, on the other hand, actually seems curious and a little bit more intrigued.
The ones that I sent were new and untested. And I was hoping that it would be a simple job for them, but she'll kind of wave her hand. Not all are prepared or capable, it would seem.
Well, I can't speak for the others, but I would be quite happy to help. Since you were looking into my sire, that is. But yes, you have my assistance if you need it.
Yeah.
I do have reason, because it is an abandoned black site, to think that there might even be some artifacts. Canite artifacts that got left behind after the fall. Bring them. We might be able to teach you how to use them. She looks over at Alannah. And Ivy.
Well, I guess, yeah, we can figure out the full. We can, but Alannah still seems a little jumpy from what
We'll
happened.
look into it.
Yes, we can get the information and we can come to some sort of agreement.
I'm not sending you for information, Miss Roth. I'm sending you to bring back things that belong to me.
Yes, we can bring those back as well.
And offering a mutual arrangement if you find artifacts that were likely created before you were born as humans, let alone as canines. You'll need someone with knowledge to teach you how to use them. I and others possess such knowledge.
She will nod. She seems to be afraid to say anything too much, lest she set the lady off again. Oh, I guess the most important thing we need is the location.
The lady will move over to her desk and pull out a fountain pen and write something down on a piece of paper and then bring it back over.
Is there a time limit on this?
Well, obviously, the sooner the better, especially if you can bring back information on exactly who is taking those of our kind.
Yeah, I just ask because none of us are particularly outfitted to go delving tonight.
Obviously not tonight. It would be too late by the time you got back home anyway. Don't go dancing with the sun. But when you're able.
Yeah, of course.
Alannah.
Yeah?
The woman who entered the room recently, she's been you now notice she's been eyeing you this entire time. Like she hasn't taken any of the three eyes off of you that she's got.
Uh-huh.
And unceremoniously, without making a huge deal of it, she steps closer to you and closer to you. And she leans in. And it's you've never seen anybody with three eyes before. You didn't even know that a literal third eye could actually appear on somebody.
Uh-huh.
But she leans in, to the point where the third eye is like looking you in the eyes, and she just sniffs.
I look very confused.
What is it, dear?
I smelled something on you. Do you drink from kindred or canites? I am still relearning the terminology.
And Alannah just like looks, and there is. I guess it just depends on like how much I can talk about that with blood bond and things like that. I've ever been told to say, "Don't say this, don't mention this."
Yeah, you've never been taught.
And she just looks and says, I have an arrangement with a Toreador.
Did that Toreador tell you what happens when you feed from him?
Yeah. He did.
What did he tell you exactly?
About blood bonds and things like that.
That's very vague. I asked for exact.
I mean, that the more I drink, the stronger the bond between us gets. And, if I'm not careful, I could get bound to him in a way that I wouldn't be sure of my own actions.
Did he tell you that blood bonds make you more emotionally inclined towards him?
We've
That regardless of what he does to you, you will be loyal. Almost subservient.
I'm trying to think if we've had this conversation or not, if Logan and I have had this conversation or not.
That sounds like a storyteller question.
Yeah, that is a storyteller question.
I gotta do work. Fine.
You gotta do your job.
What do you think this is? A game?
Vampire Masquerade?
I don't get paid enough.
You don't get paid at all.
Yeah, that's
shit, you right. Shit, you right. Fuck. Okay, so he went into vague detail about. He never went into like the actual like drawbacks of a blood bond. He said that you might feel a bit more positive towards him, but he left the true what a blood bond is kind of vague. So while yes, you know that you are inclined to maybe like him a little bit more, you don't fully know what exactly it is that you are in, like what you're getting yourself into whenever you drink from him. Just that you like him, and he's cool, and he's hot, and he's got a lot of tattoos, and he's really, really cool. Like really, really cool. And that you like doing stuff for him, but that's completely normal.
Completely normal.
Yeah.
And what was the question one more time that you asked?
Did he tell you that you would be emotionally inclined to the point of subservience and would not be able to go against him no matter what he does to you?
Maybe not in so many words, but I haven't felt inclined like that.
You haven't been put in a position where you had to. I suspect.
And he's never asked me to do any of that.
He hasn't had to, dear. And he won't have to ask you. All you'll have to know is that he wants you to. Which does not require direct action on his part, just subtlety.
Okay.
You must be careful around him, with yourself. The men in your life have not treated you according to your value, clearly.
Wow, way to say Alannah has daddy issues.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Did I mention that she specializes in verbal degradation? Like, do you expect anything but cutting truth?
Nope.
she's got a specialty in awareness, sniffing out the sniffing out the one with the parental problems.
Yep. Yeah, I'll remember that.
She'll nod a little bit. The blood bond is the tool that the elders, when I was young, used to keep us under control.
My apologies, I could just smell it. I've got a bit of a third eye for this stuff. It's okay to laugh.
Nervously laughing and looking at the rest of the coterie to see what they think.
I apologize. I've been horribly rude. Calliope, this is Alannah, Dr. Monroe, Mr. Gladstone, and Ivy. Or Miss Reed. Everyone, this is Calliope.
It's
Welcome.
lovely to meet you.
You
A pleasure.
You do not have anything to fear with me. I will not hurt you.
Yes,
Unless you give me reason to.
with that one.
I can smell that on her as well.
I missed something out of character. Two people were talking and my brain couldn't parse both. What did Ivy say?
I said less fear, more social anxiety with that one.
Do not worry. I am not here to harm you. Not unless you give me a reason to. But, I could feel the anxiety radiate from the 6th floor and had to come up to, investigate.
Yeah. Just having a conversation.
Her eyes still staring right into yours.
Oh, is she still like right in front of my face?
Calliope, darling.
Sorry. I, have, boundary problems. I was like you at one point. I can sniff out a blood bond from a mile away. Don't do that. Your free will is much more important than the approval of another K-Knight. And at K-Knight, she looks back to the lady.
The lady will kind of smile and make like a so-so hand because we don't use the word kindred, but he's also very clearly not one of us. So she's like, it's a gray area. You're fine.
K-Knight. avoid them if you can. They're not fun. Trust me. And avoid the Camarilla at all costs, if you can.
Alannah will nod.
Do I scare you?
No, it's just been a bit of a night. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
Yes. Miss the lady, was there anything else you needed to speak with us about tonight?
Not as a group, though I did have something I wanted to talk to you about alone, Miss Reed, if at all possible.
Well, I don't see why not, but
I promise you won't have to go out of eyesight. She'll kind of like gesture towards the other side of the room, out of earshot.
all right then.
And she'll kind of like wait for Ivy to join her and then walk her to the far end of the room and lower her voice to be low enough that the others shouldn't be able to hear without considerable strain. You care about your friends. And that is something I respect. And I am loath to see another one of our kind trapped in a blood bond for long. I don't have the gift to break it myself, but I may be able to find someone who can. If that is something you think would be good for her well-being, I certainly do.
That's not my decision to make.
It's not a decision she can make as long as she's feeding from him. She will always go back, that's how it works. Your options are to try and keep her away from him until it breaks. Watch her continue to go back until she is mindless. And cannot tell him no matter what he does or what she might want. Or I can help. She is important to my child, so she is important to me. It's not something I will force on any of you, but if as a group you think it would be better for her, you know where to find me.
I'll speak with the group and her and do what I can to help her myself before coming to you.
She'll shrug a little bit. As I said, I'm not the one with the ability. I just believe I know someone who is. But you should separate her from him as soon as you can, or it's going to get worse.
I have to deal with an addict.
This isn't an addiction, Ivy. Not really. It is a chain and a collar, and not one she took on understanding what it would mean.
So it's exactly like an addiction, then.
An addiction is an illness. This is like, well, it's magic. Our blood isn't like mortal blood. There are addicts amongst our kind, those who become addicted to the act of feeding. But that's not what that is. This isn't something she can 12-step her way out of.
I'll do what I can. I'll talk with the others. Like I said, this is not my decision to make on my own.
Shall not. As I said, it is an offer, not something I'm forcing on you. I just want you to understand what you and she are dealing with.
Thank you. Is that all?
I believe so, unless there's something you need from me or a question you want to ask.
None that I can think of.
All right. And she'll kind of gesture her back towards the others, and follow her back towards the table.
During that time, ST, Gabriel's going to kind of stand up and walk towards the third eye lady, if that's okay.
Sure.
He'll kind of just walk up to her and say, I hope I'm not bothering you at all, but it's killing me. Your third eye there, is it functional in every way?
Yes. I mean, the vision is a bit blurred, but it is still a functioning eye.
If you don't mind, out of somewhere he will pull out a pen with like one of those torches on the end.
Please don't. Please don't. Please. What are you doing?
Well, you said you have poor vision. Perhaps a monocle or glasses could help with that.
And she looks perplexed. Like her fingers are kind of pressed up against her chin, and she is thinking very hard.
If you would let me examine you, perhaps I could help you with that.
I don't think I've ever had anybody offer me an optometrist appointment. Are you an optometrist?
No, but my field is the human body as a whole, and I believe I'm sure I could lend you some sort of assistance.
I mean, okay. Sure.
Fantastic. And he'll kind of turn on the light and get very, very close to her and kind of gently place his hand on like the side of her head and begin to kind of flash the light in her eye and to see if it, reacts the normal way. And then he'll begin to kind of move his finger and ask her to follow it. Kind of place one hand over one of her normal eyes to see if her vision gets clearer or dimmer. And he's just going to give her an examination to see if there's anything in his knowledge. Just, tell him that if he can better her vision.
He truly is the purest little cannibalistic necromancer to ever live.
I'll say, give me an intelligence and medicine check.
Cool. You know what? I'm going to rouse this as well.
I've never had anybody once be like, can I give the salubri an eye exam?
I'm a doctor. It's what I do.
I thought you usually just cut up bodies.
That was after I was turned into a kindred.
You're a very bizarre man, you know that, right?
That's true.
And he's going to willpower as well.
Okay, sure.
0, 2, 3, 4. It's just 5 successes.
5
Five.
successes.
The most he's gotten on anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
God. I love the kindred doctors. As you're given this eye exam, I can't believe I'm saying this. Okay, as you're giving this eye exam, the problem with the eye is it looks it looks milky, which is usually the sign of blindness.
Mhm.
You can see that it has some reaction when you flash the light, but it's not a whole lot. And you can't tell if this is because the eye itself is just completely blind, or if it's just because it's like for lack of a better term, a decorative piece.
Mhm.
But it doesn't seem like it works.
If you look in the chat, but in any way could I tell with my experimentation of anatomy and things like that, could there be a way to improve this eye, whether that be with glasses like the one I put in the chat, or some sort of operation I might be able to do to, I don't know, boost vision?
We are not going to get into the talk of operations because we need to remember our lines and veils.
True.
But there might be a way for him to kind of make her a pair of glasses to be able to help. You're not entirely sure, but it's worth experimenting with.
Okay. In that case, he kind of just looks at her. Well, this is a first for me, but I might be able to make you something that won't give you perfect vision through the eye, but perhaps boost whatever sensations you can get from the oculus nerve right there. If that's fine with you.
I mean, sure, but I don't have any money to give, and I don't do favors.
Oh no, that's quite all right. The opportunity to learn about yourself and create something that would actually work is actually quite exciting for me. This is my business card. Do you have a number?
She kind of scratches the back of her neck and takes out a cell phone. Is that his cell phone number, or is it just like a business line?
It's his like mobile number.
Okay. She puts it in to her phone and sends him a text. And she just writes, "My name is Calliope," on the text.
And we'll see that as soon as we get our technology back.
You'll once you go downstairs and collect your things, you'll get the text. Number. Yeah,
That's fantastic. Give me a few days and I'll see what I can cook up.
Yeah. Thank
It was a pleasure to meet you. And he kind of puts out a hand to shake.
And she looks down at it and looks up, and she'll lean in and shake his hand, and her hands are calloused. They're not smooth, but you can tell that whatever she does to get them this callous, she puts a lot of her love into. They're very worked, but the term is proud hands. She takes a lot of pride in whatever work she does.
She can feel his hands are baby smooth, like he has never done hard work in his life, and probably moisturizes all the time.
Your hands are very soft.
Thank you. Always lotion them twice a day.
Yeah. I didn't. I worked in. I worked as an architect when I was alive. I was with my hands a lot.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you haven't given up the art.
Well, haven't recently. Yeah, might get back into it.
Well, if I'm perhaps doing this for you, then maybe you can design me a building. Obviously, it would never be built, but perhaps design me something.
Sure. Yeah. I could call you when it's done. It was lovely to meet. Nice to meet. And she drops her hand. And as Ivy and the lady are making their way back from their conversation, the lady can instantly clap what's going on with her. She's very and I'm not even gonna say. Maybe Gabriel would have to roll an insight roll. Everybody else instantly picks up the awkwardness.
I didn't think it was possible for him to meet somebody more awkward than he was.
They'll kind of just bow. They'll kind of just give her a nod and a smile, but then kind of see that the lady's coming back and again just gives her a smile and begins to walk back around the table, also giving the lady a smile as well.
He will return the smile to him and then look over. Can I be making friends?
And then she just gets back behind you and stands perfectly still. The four of you, after a conversation with a Sabbat archbishop and one of you making a new friend, you are all escorted out of the room and brought back down to the bottom floor by Calliope herself, who wears a really fancy almost fedora to cover the third eye. You are all able to retrieve any weapons that you brought, all electronics that you brought, and you are shown to another car that is transportation back to your homes or back to the tattoo shop, wherever the four of you decide that you want to go.
Probably back to the shop.
Yep.
Yes.
Gabriel,
Yes.
as you get ready to pile into the car, Calliope just gives you another bow, and offers up her hand again. It was nice to meet you.
Yes, it was a pleasure, and I'll be in touch soon.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Ivy's just gonna look over at the other two. How long do you think it'll be until he puts two and two together?
6 months.
6 months.
Seems fair.
Pleasure to meet the lot of you. Safe travels. And
Thank you.
she gives a respectful bow to the three of you, separate from Gabriel, and makes her way back inside. And the doors close behind you, and the back door to the car that was provided opens up.
Well, get in while checking my phone, see if I have any messages or anything important's happened in the last few hours.
You turn your phone back on.
Yes.
Your phone blows up with messages. It goes, "Hey, Where are you? I know that you're doing a meeting. Are you out yet? Are you out yet? I like the picture that you sent. You should come over after. Where are you? It's been a couple hours. Are you okay?
We'll fire off a quick text saying that we just left the meeting. We'll be over eventually before the night ends.
Sounds good. I've got a surprise for you. Make sure you wear the dress when you get to my place.
I look forward to it, is the message I send back.
Wonderful. Anybody else turning on their phones?
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Gabriel, you get 2 text messages on your phone. Both of them from a new number. The first one says it's Calliope. And then the second one is a picture. And the picture is an interior layout of a giant room. Little drawings of windows and like patterns are all on a blue grid paper. And the text message below it reads, "Thought you might like to see this. It's a new one that I'm working on. Thank you.
Well,
I look forward to the glasses."
The first thing he does when he sees that he has 2 messages will kind of just say out loud, "I'm blowing up," and then he'll kind of reply to that.
The background.
A whole 2 messages, so he's pretty excited right now. And yeah, he'll just message back, "I can't wait to see what you make." Yeah, that's all.
Alex, you get a text from Grandma.
Oh boy.
Did you give your friends and things are spelled incorrectly? There's really bad punctuations. Your grandma's got like a flip phone.
Yeah, I figured it's like a track phone.
T9.
Yep, a little T9 phone that's probably older than you are.
The Nokia from the 90s.
Did your friends get their gifts? Are you coming home? Are you bringing that pretty girl back for me to meet again? No name. Just, are you bringing that pretty girl back for me to meet again? And then one more message later. I made shepherd's pie. Shepherd spelled incorrectly.
Of course it is.
Shepherd spelled with a 2 instead of an A.
Yep. And then one more message from her. Call me when you can. Granny loves you.
Damn it.
Never Grandma!
And then one more message that says, "Hey, I started doing necromancy." No.
I summoned Cthulhu.
Somebody left their Necronomicon on the floor.
One of the girls from Bridge Club found it.
And Ivy, when you unlock your phone, you have a missed call.
That's not good.
It's from your sister.
Oh, that's really not good.
And there is a voicemail attached to it.
Oh. I will wait until we get to the shop to listen to the voicemail.
Sure. All right. And you all have a car ride Is there anything that you wish to discuss?
Alannah's not going to bring anything up unless anybody else does, but I think other people are.
Ivy's just gonna look at the rest of the group and just say, I have a phone call to make when we get back to the shop. After that, we're going to have a very long discussion about some of the things that were mentioned.
Yeah, same.
Alannah doesn't say anything.
Not
He will
all of
also
them
text back.
involve you, Alannah.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
Alexander
thought
will
things
also text
went
back his
quite
grandma.
well. Yeah, but just got a smile on his face.
Of course you do.
Yeah, it probably like comes to all of your mind. Gabriel just got a girl's number.
Yeah, but we know he doesn't realize what that means.
Yeah.
That's what. Like we said, 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. In
Look,
6
what can I
months.
say? My Riz
He's gonna
game
realize.
is so strong that I don't even realize how powerful it is.
You're going to take a point of aggravated willpower damage for mentioning the word
Yeah.
Riz in my game.
Roll for Riz.
No.
That's it.
No.
Now we're starting
that's
combat.
another one.
Who's fighting Gabriel? We don't know.
Me. It's me. Me, the player.
Got
It's okay, I
it.
can treat myself.
No, you can't. You're a vampire.
Fuck.
You run out of blood eventually.
So yeah, when Alannah's not gonna do much or say much. She'll just be absorbed in her phone until we get back to the shop.
Okay. The road is long and the car ride is quiet.
Yep.
Very quiet, except for maybe Gabriel, who might be giggling like a little schoolgirl, and the monkey, who might be making a little bit of noise here and there.
Monkey, who might also be giggling like a little schoolgirl.
Sorry, that one got me for a second. But you eventually make your way back to the tattoo shop. For the first time in a very long time, all of the lights are off, and the close sign is hanging on the door. But you still see two people hanging out in the shop. Your boss and some guy that you have never met before.
I've met her husband.
Oh, actually, you might have met her husband.
I was like,
yeah. So you've probably met him like once.
okay, once in like passing.
Yeah. But you just see that they're having a conversation. And it looks calm to an extent. But you can tell that you especially can tell that she's a little bit heightened in her emotions right now. It's muffled until she looks out and sees the four of you. And kind of will go and unlock the door, and the two of them are going to go somewhere. You don't quite know. It looks like that they may be heading towards the basement.
Yeah. We'll let everyone in and lock the door behind us. And turn around and look at everyone and say, okay,
Personal
we're back
things
at the
first.
shop. Mhm.
Ivy's going to listen to that voicemail. And she's going to step away from the group and listen to that voicemail.
Yeah. Alexander's gonna take this time to call his grandmother and just check in with her.
Okay, who wants to go first with the phone call?
I figure Alex hand is probably quicker,
That also
Yeah.
works.
simpler.
Yeah, sure. Your phone rings. It rings twice. It rings the third time, and by the fourth, Granny Alex is on the line. Hello.
Hey, Grandma.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm okay. Sorry I took so long to get back to you. I was in a meeting.
Oh, it's fine. I hope work is going well.
It is. We're actually making a little bit of progress here. I am looking forward to getting home and digging into that pie, though.
Yeah, I made an extra one in case you decided to bring a friend over. And you know it's that pointed if you want to bring a friend over.
Yep.
Yep.
I will see if the others are willing to come over.
Oh,
Or should I say, if Alannah is.
oh. Well, that's nice. She seems like a very nice girl. What do you think? She'd be willing to give Grandma an old grandma tattoo as well? You think I'd fit in with the youth?
Grandma, I think that you can do whatever you want to do, and I definitely think that she'd be willing to work with you.
Well, that's nice. I'm sure that she has a lot more young people to tattoo and not some old grandma with some wrinkly skin, but I'm going to keep that in mind. You are you okay? It's gonna get chilly. Do you have a sweater?
I made sure to grab one on my way out.
Okay. Good. And you just do me one measly little favor.
Anything.
A friend of yours stopped by, and he was looking for you. Called himself Mike. Big man with a I think Russian accent. It was a little hard to tell.
Yeah. Did he say what he wanted?
He just said that he was looking for you, and asked if you could and asked about that side job he offered you. I invited him in for some coffee. And I left, and he wrote down a note. I just can't find it anywhere. But you're sweetheart, are you in a gang?
No.
You would tell me if you were in trouble. You know I can help you. I worry about you.
I know, Grandma. I know. But no, I'm not actually in a gang. It's just some other kinds of business that need to be taken care of, and I'm the one to do it.
I better not get a call from the police saying that they have you in one of those little cells. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, you won't have to worry about that.
Okay. Well, your friend Michael. It was seemed very important. So I'm just letting you know. I do ask that you don't bring him around the house. I don't know if I really want people like him.
I'll bring that up to him next time I have to talk to him, and I think it'll be a long talk.
Thank you, sweetheart. You have a good rest of your shift. Dinner's in the fridge when you are ready. And if you need to invite a friend over, just you know where the key is.
Yeah, Grandma, thanks.
And she, you hear her give you a couple of kisses through the phone, and she will, she says that she loves you, and she hangs up the phone.
God damn it, Mike.
Ivy,
Yo.
you calling your sister?
Well, I'm gonna listen to the voicemail first.
Okay, yeah, sure. You, are you putting on speaker, or are you putting it up to your ear?
Oh, I'm putting it up to my ear. I don't want anybody else to hear this.
Cool. Hey sis, been a while. Listen, I know that the last time we talked, we it didn't go that great, and I know that it's been a while, and I don't know if you're mad at me or if I did something wrong, but Ivy, I hate to ask this, but I got involved in something I wasn't supposed to, and
with that, voicemail stops. She is immediately called.
okay. It rings once, twice, and then on the third. Hey.
Hi. What happens?
Listen. You know, I don't ask for much from you, but
Don't make excuses. What do you need? I'll do what I can to help. What do you need?
I need help getting out of a situation that I found myself in. Okay. Without getting into it, I need to find a way to make 5,000 pounds. Within the next month.
Okay.
And I'm working so much. So much. And it's I can't get it on my own, and
Okay.
and I'm nervous, Ivy.
It's going to be all right.
They might hurt me, Ivy.
Who?
I don't quite know who it is, but I had to. That's the problem. There's multiple of them. I made a deal with some people who said that they might be able to help me be put in a better spot, and then I took the money and I paid off. I paid off 4 of the 9,000 that I borrowed, but I have 1 more month to get. And it's weird too. I mean, like they were the one of them, you know, like it was almost like she was like made out of like shadow. She was terrifying, and one of them had like red eyes, and I don't.
All right. I will.
I need help.
I will take care of it. I'll make sure it gets taken care of.
Okay. Just whatever you can do. These people are dangerous, and I think that there's multiple of them. And I don't quite know what they are, who they are, but they're not. They look almost unhuman. I'm scared, and you're the only one that I could think of to call because you're the only one that I've got left. Please.
You can count on me.
Right.
I'll make sure that it gets taken care of. Just try not to make deals with people like this in the future.
It was weird.
I'd rather you ask me for money than go to people like this.
You're right. I'm sorry. I felt so
It's okay. It's
compelled to. You know, they. It's almost like they got into my head, and I felt so almost compelled, like from a moment I didn't have any control over what I was doing.
You had to do what they were telling you.
Yes,
I understand.
please.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
All right.
Do you want me to come see you?
You don't have to.
Do you want me to?
I need my sister.
All right.
Whenever you can. I'm not in a rush, but
I'm going to finish up some business tonight, and I'll be over as soon as I can.
okay. Just be safe, please.
Of course.
All right. So I'll see you in a bit.
See you soon.
And you just hear the line go dead.
Ivy takes her phone, puts it in her pocket, and just immediately begins stretching, like rolling her shoulders, rolling her neck. Well, things just got interesting.
Everything all right?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the story of the night.
I don't imagine you'd want to help with it, but I have to get my sister out of some trouble she found herself in. Dealing with some people that, were unusually persuasive, to say the least.
What kind of problem?
About £5,000.
It's a fairly significant problem.
That's the least of our worries.
Also true.
It is. I don't have a lot, but I'm more than willing to help. Look, I don't actually pay for rent, so I take on some clients. I've got some people who I know want to be tattooed by me. I can give you some money. She can use the money more than I ever could.
We have a month.
If you would like, Ivy, I could give you the money. It's not like I use it.
Do you have that much money to just give?
I'm a doctor. Yes.
Out of over the table question, Gabriel.
Yes.
How many dots and resources do you have?
2. That's I believe that means I'm a middle class person, something like that.
Okay. Would Gabriel just have $5,000 laying around?
I mean, he doesn't spend it.
Fair.
The only things he spends money on are pet food and rent and probably petrol for his car. So it's up to you, honestly, to be fair.
Okay. Just gonna make a note.
Ain't bad. But
Continue.
the issue is, well, she said that she felt compelled to offer the deal that she was given.
That's not good. Do we know who did it to her?
Talk of somebody with that looked like they were made of shadow and somebody with glowing red eyes.
Well, yeah, we know they're definitely kindred, but
Mm-hmm. Not much more than that.
yeah. I mean,
Don't we know someone who does something with shadows?
it's a possibility. One of Bane's people does stuff with shadows, but also one of Big Mike's people does something with shadows, I think.
The Court of Shadows is something a little bit different.
Oh, it's different.
I'll say you've seen
It's a
him
little
enough
less
times.
literal.
Yeah. No, there
yeah,
was that
one of-
other person. I guess they were creepy. They were
Yeah, they were
doing
just a
shadows.
Nosferatu.
They were just sneaky.
Yeah.
Whereas Tan, which is Bane's person, actually does shadow stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe pay Bane a visit tomorrow night.
Yeah. See if we can pay Bane a visit. Or, knowing our luck, they'll decide to drop in on us at a moment's notice.
Yeah, knowing our luck.
I apparently need to get home later tonight because Big Mike decided to pay a fucking visit.
What a Big Mike. Well, I always ask, how does Big
fun.
Mike know where you live? But that's a stupid question.
Mm.
He's an information broker.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that he's wanting us to hurry up on figuring out,
Hacker, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, do we want to divide and conquer?
You wanted help looking for a tagger.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh,
Because I was given information, and I'm gonna at least probably a photo of one of the things I've pulled up and my research, and I'll pull it up and show Ivy, and just being like, if you know this person,
Can I
Big
do
Mike
like
wants
a
to talk to him.
streetwise check?
Yeah, I will say wits and streetwise.
Wits and streetwise. All right.
I've been poking around some of my
No, that's awful.
art contacts.
So many
but-
fives.
Oof.
Oof.
One.
All right. Do you want to spend a point of willpower?
I'm not going to spend a point of willpower for maybe getting one more success.
It is almost the end of the night.
All right.
Yeah, I have one willpower left.
Oh, fair.
All right. Yeah, not familiar. There's a lot of graffiti artists out in London. People who do murals, people who just do stupid tags. The mural itself is quite nice looking, but not a piece of work that you would recognize.
Doesn't look familiar to me.
Yeah, I've been trying to poke around any art people I know, but haven't had much luck so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, for something like this, you're more likely to find them running in my circles than you are in actual
Yeah.
artist circles.
Yeah. I knew a bunch of street artists back in LA, but not here.
Yeah, this is not LA.
It is not. So, I mean, figure it out.
Figure it out. But first, we need to have a conversation that has
I
to
was
deal with
hoping you'd
all of us.
forgotten. Yeah. Let's get it over with.
All right. I will let Alexander speak first because he said he had some things that he would like to do with Jess first. I have some things I would like to say as well, though.
You can go first. I'm actually still kind of collecting my thoughts.
All right. So, first things first. Alannah, I want you to try and stay away from the gentleman that you're bound to.
Okay.
And I don't want you to just say that you're going to and then not actually commit to it. I want you to actually make an attempt to stay away from him.
Noted.
As for what I'm actually concerned about, the lady seems rather intent on getting us to at least go along with what she said.
Yeah, I noticed that.
She seemed very... Well, let's put it this way, between what she was saying to us and the story she told us, I find it difficult to see the Sabbat as anything other than a cult that preys on those in need. Those that desperately want something to hold on to.
Do you think we're going to get any better from the Camarilla?
No.
What about Bane? His gang's basically all...
No, I don't think we're going to get anything different from any of them.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The lady just seemed far more forward about it.
Yeah, something about the whole thing reminded me of... Went on a true crime binge back when I was alive and was like, it's not Kool-Aid that I want to drink.
Exactly. It's a matter of, well, if they can get you to say yes to small things, and they start asking for bigger and bigger things, and, well, eventually you find it difficult to say no. After all, they've been so nice to you, they've done all these things for you.
Do something for them.
How dare you disrespect them in their own home?
Yeah.
I just want all of us to be very cautious. There's very little more powerful than desperation. And she seems intent on making use of that desperation for her own ends.
Not to mention the faith that her followers probably have, given that she's an archbishop, whatever the hell that means.
I get it's like I was gonna say weird fucked up Catholicism, but Catholicism's already pretty weird and fucked up.
Yeah, and she even calls it mass.
I think it's just vampire Catholicism.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite charming, actually.
Oh, I'm sure you did. You need to stop getting yourself into debt with people.
Yes, please.
Take time.
What do you mean?
Take time to think things over. Don't... Just because somebody says they can offer you help, don't immediately accept it. Yeah. Especially when you're dealing with people like us. There's bound to be something more, a cost that they're not going to give away immediately.
Because sure, yeah, you gave something, but we're also all part of your group, and if you can't deliver, you may try to hold it over our heads.
Gabriel, you get another text.
Damn, I'm popular tonight.
This time it's if you check it, it's a 3D model. Like an actual built 3D model of what looks to be a little chapel. And it just says side projects.
He'll immediately kind of pull out his phone, see this, and start typing away. And he will do the emoji for eyeballs, but he will do it the old way, like the Nokia way, where he'll put the brackets and the little O's for eyes, and just after that, just put it's looking great, and I'm about to order you some frames for what I'm about to build for you.
And she's going to write back, I think I'm going to have a small project for you and your little monkey friend. and she'll put like the little emoticon smiley face,
And
but like
Alannah,
another dot on top to just poke fun at the third eye thing.
Yes, Ivy.
Don't take what the lady said about Josiah too harsh. Honestly, if he decided that he didn't want you around and decided to just fuck off, well, he can fuck off if he wants. Doesn't matter. He's an asshole for doing so, but you've got people to support you. Don't ever forget that. You don't need him.
I don't think he's fucked off, you know? He'll be
I
back.
don't think so either. But if he does,
Yeah, he gave me that necklace she broke.
I think the one thing we need to make sure we do is stick together.
Very important.
We can't count on anybody else to not try to take advantage of us. Because after all, let's be honest, at the end of the day, we're just pawns in their little game of power.
Yeah. I mean, I know that the lady said, Ariana was doing her own thing, but I'm gonna not mention too much about what happened to her. I don't know how close she is with her sire. Doesn't seem to be Sabbat, but
Well, given that she hadn't mentioned her up to this point, I can't imagine they're terribly close.
yeah. Gonna ask some questions, figure out, everything before talking about what happened, I guess.
Of course. You can always reach me. My place is always open for you, or any of you to stay if you need a place to drop and hide low.
Yeah.
Hide and lay low.
My apartment isn't much either, but, people need to drop by. You know where it is.
Same with my place. My grandmother seems to like all of you, and he will give a more pointed look at Alannah and a smirk.
Laugh and shake my head.
She wants you to help her pick out a tattoo.
Yeah, bring her by one night. I'll figure out something. She'll gesture her head at, she's got like a book of like flash art, something in there, or I can design something. She looked good with a flower.
I think she'd like that.
Oh, and by the way, thank you for handling what happened well. I'm very glad I didn't have to do what I was ready to do.
Yeah, that would have not gone well for any of us.
No, it wouldn't have. That's all I have to say. I just make sure you look after yourselves.
Yep. I was just wanting to say that the Sabbat were not what I was expecting, though I'm not really sure what we should have expected.
Blood cult?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like 30 Days of Night.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
Blood cult seems fairly accurate for what we got, given everything that was said.
Oh, yeah, definitely more 30 Days of Night or, vampire media in that vein.
But honestly, I think it might be a good idea for us to at least play along. Doing some work for them could get us at least something we can use. favors or more tricks that we could learn from them?
I'm honestly not sure I would want to. I don't know how much I want to do something like that. I'm interested in checking out this black site artifacts that maybe we could use. I don't think that I have any use for anything they could teach me.
Actually, well, maybe I wouldn't be the best one. Gabriel probably would be. There are some things that we can do that we can't teach you. That's odds are most of them actually can't. Especially since you're not terribly good in a fight, it may not be a bad idea for you to learn how. At least learn the basics of alchemy.
Yeah, we can find some time for it. Ruin the kitchen that I don't use.
Yes, unfortunately the manor I use is clean, but it's... She kind of looks Alannah over. It can be a bit intensive on the body.
Same.
Well, you noted.
If you need a type of help, I can borrow some supplies from the hospital and get you started.
Oh, we all can. I don't know how good of a teacher I can't do much blood sorcery, but maybe I can teach you some of the little things I know.
Even just teaching us basics and possibly how to recognize it. It's a lot easier to fight something that you have some understanding of than not.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
After a moment, you see that door creak open, and a head pop out. Everything all right in there?
Do you want the honest answer or the answer that'll make you ask?
I mean, I'm going to be asking about 1,000,004 questions anyway. So probably best to just stick with the honest answer.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a night.
Okay. Do you all need... Oh, you look... do you all need something to eat?
Yes.
I wouldn't turn a little bit down.
I'm a little hungry.
Okay.
How about-
I'd rather not have a repeat of that.
I can help 3 of the 4 of you. Unfortunately, Gabriel, I don't have connections. Is he okay? He's just standing there.
I think he's a little bit remembering
He's
of
a bit
the
distracted.
lady. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I'm here. I was muted. He kind of
He's
just
fine.
looks at her.
Monkey had his tongue for a second.
You know what? He is smiling and just typing on his phone right now, like he's talking with a pen pal. But then kind of breaks from that and looks up. No, I'm fine. I've already eaten tonight. But if you have a moment of your time, I'd like to have a word with you, Ariana. If you have a moment later, perhaps.
Yeah, of course. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions.
Oh,
And
well,
she-
nod.
pointedly looks at Alannah when she says that.
And there's a lot of slightly sheepish.
Yeah. Typically, I save these for a rainy day, but you all look like you've had one hell of an evening.
It's putting it lightly.
At least we look good doing it.
Yes, you all look absolutely stunning.
I'm selling these clothes the first chance I get.
Hey, that's how you can pay the debt.
Exactly.
Let me see.
Ariana, just
Yes.
one other thing. Obviously, you don't have something for me, but do you have anything for Cadaver?
Ooh. Let me see. I barely buy for humans. You think I buy for animals? Jeez Louise. Okay, give me one moment. Let me see
Human
what
food's fine as well.
Okay,
Really?
wonderful, awesome. Okay, I will be right back. And she quickly leaves, goes back downstairs. You guys hear like another like set of like two voices mumbling. The sound of a fridge opening, closing, a little bit more mumbling, and this all takes place within like 5 minutes, and then she comes back up.
Before she comes back up,
yeah.
Ivy's going to look at Gabriel and just say, "Whatever you do, please do not ask her about the lady, at least anytime soon."
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't. It's fine. I wasn't going to bring any of that up.
And she'll make her way back up. And it is just a whole ass plate filled with bags of blood. Looks like there's about 8 bags.
Alannah will just take one. That's all she needs.
Happy sales. I've got a bit of a backstock. Not that I really eat them, but
I require
tried to be
2 juice boxes.
here's a Capri Sun, and here's a high C. If there's one thing that I've learned from my time on this planet, it's how to be a proper host. So hopefully that this suffice. And a gift for Mr. Cadaver. It's not much, but here a small bag of nuts.
Perfect. And they'll kind of take them and begin to feed Cadaver.
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
Oh, Ariana,
Yes.
Logan said to thank you for the work you did.
Right. I am glad that I was able to provide a service. Tell him that.
Looks really good.
Thank you. I will also offer this up to any of you. If at any point any of you want any more body art, my kind, we're really good at getting things to stick.
Yeah, I still need to
Yeah.
take you up on your offer at some point when we have time.
Of course. My book's open for the next couple of days anyway. I after being made aware of some situations that are going on, I made myself openly available for those who might need me. So, my chair is open, and just for the love of the art, I like to do what I can.
Maybe I might drop by tomorrow after I wake up.
Of course. I think I have a design that you might like.
I
That's
do
nice.
have one question for you.
Sure.
Do you know of any individuals? This is going to sound probably a little bit insane. Have you heard about any individuals recently that look as though they're made of shadows or any individuals that go around with red eyes.
Oh, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that. There are plenty of clans that interact with. Well, there's one clan that interacts with shadow, and people with red eyes in our line of work are about a dime a dozen.
If you'd heard of any of them recently, they'd likely be some sort of loan sharks. Trying to take advantage of people that are in need of assistance.
Got it. Well, I can tell you about the shadow people. They are called the Sombra. Recently, they have turned to work for the Camarilla. Used to be a part of the Sabbat. But ever since stuff started going slightly awry,
I'm not sure which of both would be worse in this situation.
I'm pretty sure it's all bad.
Well, here's the thing. Have you all ever heard of a Ventru?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a Bruja?
Yep.
Okay, so imagine if a Ventru and a Bruja had a baby, and that's the La Sombra, except they can weave shadow. They're very...
Okay, break it for somebody whose sire abandoned them.
Okay. So, the La Sombra are in touch with what is called the Abyss. They are able to bend and manipulate shadow to do their bidding. Some can create tentacles. Some can see in perfect darkness. Some can... I've heard people being able to suffocate people with shadow. They can do all sorts of things. It's a little bit hard to pinpoint. They pull from the same place, from what I've been told. That the Hecata pulls the necromancy from. An old buddy of mine who was a part of the La Sombra made the joke of don't stare into the abyss too long, or else it stares right back. And unfortunately, I don't know how many there are in the city, and I couldn't even tell you if they belong to the Camarilla or the Sabbat. If they're working with extortion, probably the Camarilla.
Yeah, it's about to seem like they don't care too much about money.
Well, they do seem like they have quite a lot of it. At least some.
There's a difference between caring about money and having money.
Yeah.
You can care about money and not have any, or you can have a lot of money and not care about it.
Yeah, true.
So, for red eyes, I mean, that could be anything. That could be Nosferatu, it could be Gangrel, it could be, they used to be called the followers of Set Ministry now, but...
The person didn't seem terribly off-put by their appearance other than the eyes, so I would assume not Nosferatu.
Okay.
They're the
The ugly ones, yeah.
obviously. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're the ugly ones. So, there are no Nosferatu, and then you see her kind of like focus and like look around. Yeah, there are no Nosferatu here. So, I mean, it could be a Gangrel. Gangrel have the ability to kind of shapeshift. Could be, what are they calling themselves? They used to be the followers of Set, now the Ministry. I think that they're called the Ministry now. Ministry have the ability to change their eyes. Or you got very, or whoever you're dealing with got very, very unlucky and, got another one of my clan.
It's a lot of... I think we need to
If anything, we should focus on the fact that there was a La Sombra and just go with that.
Yeah, I think talking with Bane is our best option for that.
If you would like, I can bring it up. I have a meeting with him soon. Tell him that that you want to meet with him.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem.
And tomorrow we can find this tagger and send them on their way to talk to Mike.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever that
For-
means.
For tonight, you all have people. Well, you have somebody to go talk to, Alexander. You have somebody to avoid, Alannah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to try and understand what you're going to do with your night, Gabriel.
I think that Mr. Gabriel and I need to have a quick conversation about something.
Yes, please.
Sure.
He kind of gets up and begins to kind of move to the back area.
Okay. You all have a pleasant evening. Alannah, if you want to come by tomorrow, my chair's open.
Yeah, I'll drop by in the evening and we'll figure it out.
Wonderful. Same thing for the two of you, by the way. I don't know if either one of you are interested in getting any art at all, or more art in the case of you. But consider it as a gift. I don't tend to ask for boons. It's messy and too much to keep up with.
If anything, I might just use that for my grandmother. She's wanting to get a tattoo.
Your grandma wants to get a tattoo. That's so sweet.
Right?
If anything happens to her, I'll be sure that your entire business burns to the ground.
Okay, if you burn my business to the ground, I will find you and everybody that you love. And she offers up a smile.
Well, then we're on the same page.
And that is why I like you. And she
I've had a very long night.
We are all very fucked up.
I think we all need to go home to our own apartments and
go
sleep.
to bed, sleep it off. And you three have a good night. And she turns and walks back to where Gabriel is.
Sorry if this is a bad time or anything, but you mentioned the other day that you owed us all a favor. This is not that, but it might have something to do with that. Is that still on the table?
Gabriel, are you aware of how a boon works?
I know the term somewhat.
Okay. Here. I'm going to give you a lesson for free then. You've been a good friend to my dear Alannah, and so I'm going to do you a favor for free. A boon is worth more than gold in our society. It is a favor that you can call upon a kindred at any point in time. A boon does not go away until it is paid off. You people harbor those and keep them close to their chest for years and years and years, and it is a debt that has to be repaid in good faith. If you are owed a boon, that, as long as it's within the what's it called? As long as it's within the sanction of the boon. So there are different layers. And depending on the layer that you are offered, the more intense a boon can be asked. Minor thing. A trivial boon is something like you need a package delivered. Minor boon might be that you need help and intervention, somebody to step in and mediate. A major boon is you need someone to go and help you fight. And then there's a life boon. Do yourself a favor, and if anybody ever offers to do something for you for a life boon, turn around and walk away. It is not worth it. A life boon means that they own you. They can call on you whenever they want, and they can ask you something that could potentially kill you. And the only way that you can pay it off is if you save their life in a way that is meaningful, or you die.
Well, in that case, I think I already owe someone a life boon.
No.
That's-
Oh, honey.
But back to my question.
What is it?
You're a Zemitzi. Am I pronouncing that right?
Zemitzi, yes.
Zemitzi. From what I have heard, you have, as you said earlier, abilities over the flesh.
Yes.
My question was, do these abilities cease when the subject is deceased? In other words, would your abilities work on dead tissue?
You know, I've never actually tried. I would assume so, because flesh, even dead, is still flesh. It's malleable. You can carve into it. You can warp it into whatever you want with the right gift. So maybe.
Could perhaps, with enough time, you take a corpse of different levels of damage and make them look alive once more?
You are asking for something very big. Something that I cannot guarantee. Now, I want you to know that. I am fine with trying for you. I cannot make any promises.
Well,
And that will eat your boon.
Oh, yes, of course. And I would be willing to help you in return if it is too much to ask. It's just that I have a plan in place, and if it goes through, as I hope it does, I may need your help to make someone help them blend in.
Okay. I can call in a friend who's a bit more capable than I am. Don't get me wrong, I'm extremely talented. Very good at what I do. Kind of make a living off of it anyway. But if I can't, I might know somebody who can. If you're
Yes.
willing to keep an open mind.
I think you'll find that out of our little group, I have the most open mind.
Now tell me, Gabriel, how did you enjoy my mother?
Oh, she was quite lovely. She was, well, she seemed to be very much like yourself. Very open and friendly to me, that is.
I'm quite glad. Despite me moving on from the Sabbat, she's really not that bad. I have my reservations about that particular sect, but my sire is a woman that I have the utmost respect for. And she is a lot kinder than many others her age are.
Well, take it from someone who doesn't have a sire. You shouldn't just give up on that connection. You really should maybe give her a call, maybe go see her.
I'm a bit more in touch with her than I led on to believe. Like I said, I don't have any desire to be a part of the Sabbat anymore, but that doesn't mean that I'm without her.
Are you also into BDSM as her?
That's a very personal question, Gabriel. I don't know.
I just thought that because she had a very nice home and our business. I'm sorry.
No. Listen, it is okay. I know that you were just asking a question. But to put it in a way that doesn't make me come off like a total a pervert, ask my husband. I learned it from her.
Again, sorry if I overstepped there.
You are fine. Listen, like I said before, you are a friend.
He looks like a little bit happier as she says that.
And
well, I don't want to. He gets very shy now. I don't want to keep you. But that's all I wanted to know.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And Gabriel, I want you to come here for a second. Come here. Yeah. And she is going to just cup under your chin and push it up so that way you are looking at her. Yes, so you are looking up at her. She's a very tall lady. You have nothing to worry about when you are here. You are allowed to be your full and authentic self. That is what I love about you and all of your friends, is they are their authentic selves. You are brilliant. And she'll lean in and just kiss the top of your head.
Gabriel will, I mean, if he could blush, he would, but he's kind of just frozen in place for a couple of seconds and then kind of breaks from it. Thank you. I don't know quite what to say. But thank you.
All right. Now, I don't want to keep up any more of your time. I'm sure that you have so many things that you need to do. If you ever need anything, though, I think you have my number.
Of course. And if you need anything, just let me know. And if you want to hang out, maybe I have Willy Wonka on DVD. If you ever want to watch it.
I love Willy Wonka. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was one of my favorite books growing up.
Yeah, mine too. My mother used to read it.
Oh, that's lovely. I would love to. Who knows? Maybe we can make a night out of it. And we can invite everybody for a nice little, I'd say popcorn, but unfortunately I can't eat that anymore. But
Cadaver loves popcorn.
Okay, then I think we might need to have popcorn.
As soon as we start saying the word popcorn, Cadaver just starts like vibrating a little bit.
My dear, you go and get some sleep. I heard that all of you had a very busy night. And
Yes.
Whenever you're ready for Willy Wonka, you let me know.
I will. Good evening. and turns around and begins to go home.
And with that, we are going to end it here for the evening. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in.